Do new 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 do new. Now, if you listen to Lupe Fiasco's Kick Push, I think he has the pretty much the beat of Inuyasha. If you think about it. Welcome, guys, to another Dan the Man Reviews. I am Dan the Man, aka Daniel's son, and basically, we need to talk about this. It's time to talk about the long-running, adventure-packed, reminds me of Lord of the Rings for some freaking reason. I don't know why. Inuyasha. Now, this is, I'm not going to, no spoilers here. I think any generation needs to watch this series. I gotta say, when I first heard of Inuyasha, and my uncle was a big Inuyasha fan, and my uncle is pretty much the one who got me into anime. Well, I got myself into it, but he really reconnected me into anime when I was a kid. But he was a huge Inuyasha fan, and I watched it. You know, it was on Toonami, and it was here and there. I wasn't a big fan. I was like, what's the big deal? But then I really sat I think I was in a little bit older, watched the first episode all the way to the last of the main series, the first pretty much season of Inuyasha. And I gotta say, I really enjoy the hell out of this. If you're an anime fan, there's animes that you have to cross off the bucket list. Inuyasha should be on that bucket list. You need to cross that out. You need to watch it. Luckily, a lot of people were pissed at the end of the first season, or the series, I don't want to say the first season, but the first pretty much series of Inuyasha, because the ending was just left it open-ended. And of course, the manga was going on, and then the manga recently, was just closed. The manga basically finished off. It concluded, so they decided to make Inuyasha the final act, which was consistent of some episodes, just to reach the finale, basically. Now, I saw the finale. I saw the finale episode, the last episode. I haven't really sat down and watched the whole Inuyasha final act season, because I saw them. I've been reading. I read the manga and I knew what happened. I just want to see the ending really animated. I'll get to it at some point. But I saw basically what you guys saw on Toonami, and that was the old Inuyasha. And man, Inuyasha himself, I was always, I thought it was very adventurous. I loved, all the different kind of demons. Inuyasha being half breed, half demon, half human. Basically, the story is about Kagome, this pretty much reincarnation of this priestess from this other world. She gets sucked into this spiritual tunnels-like thing. She has this this jewel that is like the most powerful jewel. It splits up, it shatters, and they pretty much the whole time she finds Inuyasha. Pretty much the whole basis of this is basically her, Inuyasha, and a group of people are basically trying to find these jewel shards and piece back together this jewel and pretty much destroy it, or even or at least keep it contained. That's pretty much the whole goal of the series, especially Inuyasha and Kagome recapturing the jewels, the shards, and putting an end to all this evil wickedness, because that jewel is just definitely cursed, definitely full of power, and drives people mad for lust of power. So we get to meet Noroku, and Noroku is he's a great villain. He knows what he wants. He's manipulated. He turned Inuyasha and Kikyo against each other. So Kikyo is basically Inuyasha's first love, and also Kagome is the reincarnation of Kikyo, because Kikyo dies. It's set up in the very beginning. She dies, and she's reincarnated into Kagome. This series has a lot. It has great artwork, great designs. I like the Inuyasha designs. I like all the character designs. I like Songo's design. Songo is like one of these demon hunters. I like Shippo. Shippo is pretty awesome. I can't believe I forgot his name. It's been a while since I saw it. Moroku, I'm sorry. I can't believe I forgot Moroku's name. Moroku has this great backstory where basically he has this wind tunnel, and he sucks up a lot, like anything that's in front of it. but he has a timer on that. I mean, he's going to end up dying if they don't get all these shards and they don't purify this wind tunnel. So Moroku's a great character. There's a lot of rich, great characters in here. Shishomaru, I can't say this right. Shishomaru. How come I can always say it when I'm not doing these reviews? But when I do these reviews, I just mess up. Shishomaru is a great. He's Inuyasha's brother. He's a full demon, so Shishomaru is a great character as well. He's very serious, and I like the interaction between him and Inuyasha. I like how he cares for this little human girl, Rin, and Jarkin brings the comedy involved in here. I mean, the characters are very rich. I mean, all of them I really like. You know what? A lot of people hate Kikyo. I actually really, really like Kikyo, and I actually wanted Kikyo to end up with Inuyasha, but I knew that wasn't going to happen from the beginning. I was like, there's no way Kikyo was going to reclaim her love for Inuyasha, but I thought there was going to be a certain thing that happens where Kikyo could have her wish and Kagome can have hers as well, but it ended up not going that way, so I'll just keep it down into my heart and into my mind. Oh, man, I mean, the soundtrack on this animated series is so beautiful. It is one of the greatest soundtracks I've heard in an anime. Just the sentimentality of it, the beauty of it, the heartbreak, the sorrow that you feel, and the pretty much the Kikyo's theme, the battles music when Inuyasha's about to engage in battle. The music really gets to you. It really sets up the tone, and the pacing. The pacing in this series is like I would more go with Dragon Ball Z. A lot of filler moments, but a lot of the filler episodes are kind of good. They're really fun, there's a lot of, the filler moments are really fun. I really enjoyed it. Now, I think my favorite episodes are involving, because I do like Kikyo, is involving that love triangle. I think the love triangle, I hate love triangles, but I think the love triangle really works in this series when Kikyo and Kagome and Inuyasha are involved. I mean, it's really tugging, your heartstrings. I really liked also the connection between Moroku and Sango. I love how Moroku is just pretty much Master Roshi, but a younger version if Master Roshi was young. And Sango, she's this strong, independent female character, which I really like her. She's a demon hunter, and she really shows it with her faithful cat, Kirara. I said it when I wasn't doing this review. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I really like that dynamic. A lot of comedic moments. It's just hilarious how Moroku always just like has his hand on Sango's ass, and Sango just slaps the shit out of him. It's always funny. It always gets me. I'm like, Moroku, and there's a lot of good moments, a lot of sentimental moments, a lot of when Moroku actually opens himself up in this series that actually, you're like, Moroku, you do care, and then they follow it up with a lot of comedic moments. It's good timing. It's good comedic timing. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of comedic moments in here that I think really, really works. It's really funny, especially with Inuyasha and Kagome being able to say sit, and because she put like this necklace around him, and every time she says sit, because that's the magic word, he just goes crashing face first into the ground. Absolutely love that. I think that was a great idea. It's just a lot of comedic moments that really, really work. And good timing. And the villain, like I said, Noroku, is just a really disgusting villain. His backstory is really great, how he becomes who he is. And there's also basically tragic characters like Kagura. I really like Kagura, and especially at the end of her run. I'm not going to give out what happens to her, but she really, if she goes or she doesn't. I mean, she has a very good ending, a very good backstory, a very good story, a very good. She is pretty much wants to be her free. She wants to be, she wants to be free. Basically, she wants to live her own life. So she has a rich and powerful story as well. Inuyasha stories, as I like the movies. When I think Inuyasha, I always think about the movies, and usually the movies are terrible when it comes to long-running anime like this. I mean, Naruto, basically, there's a lot of Naruto movies out there that's just terrible, but Inuyasha movies really work. I really enjoy the Inuyasha movies. I don't remember if it was the movie or it was the anime series. I'm pretty sure it was the movie that we saw Inuyasha's father and his mother, so that was great. Like I said, the swords that he uses, the sword that's been granted to him, like His powers are really great. Shisomaru's sword healing factor is really great. I really like that. The battle sequences are really entertaining. It's not going to be like, oh my god, mesmerizing battles, fight sequences, but they're really entertaining. They're really great. It's really like the music really pumps the battle scenes, the fight scenes up, and then when Inuyasha goes full demon, it's really cool to see. My favorite episodes has to be the ones off the bat is like when he first meets Kikyo and we see that flashback, we see the story being told. Of course, the one with Moroku and Songo. I believe Moroku was he was with these other women who were it was just women, like they were waiting for their husbands or something like that. It's been a while since I watched this, and it ends up being like their demons. So that one episode in particular, and of course Moroku having to save Songo in one particular episode as well. Shishomaru and some of the episodes with him and Rin, there's some heartfelt. When he first encounters Rin is really great. Oh man, there's a lot of great memories, great shows. This is a really great anime series, and this is really hits home to a lot of the viewers who watched anime back in the day, especially in the Toonami days, because man, this definitely is one of the classics. Is it the greatest anime in the world? I don't think so, but it's a really damn good anime that you need to check out. So I highly recommend you watch Inuyasha and pick up that soundtrack. That soundtrack is beautiful. The OST is one of the greatest OSTs I've ever heard. And like I said, it's a fun ride, very adventurous, very Lord of the Ring-ish, I like to say. It kind of reminds me of that because they're constantly walking, they're constantly on a journey, but these characters are so rich and they all have different kind of personalities and uniqueness that it works. I mean, especially the comedy really hits when it needs to hit. And Kikyo is a very likable character. Not Kikyo. Kogomi is a very likable character. She's sweet. She's innocent. She cares for the group. She cares for Inuyasha. So I think following her and this story, you really it's great to have a female lead basically, and then Inuyasha himself is pretty awesome as well. He's pretty cool. He's very snarky. Very he's kind of dense sometimes when it comes to love. And he's very confident. But I love the dub version. I love the dub. The sub, I think people would prefer the sub, but I think the dub really works in this anime series. But that's about it. I mean, that's all I could really talk about because I only have 15 minutes. I'm already 12. But I recommend you watch Inuyasha, and then I will watch the final act, and then I'll get my thoughts on what I thought about the whole thing in general. I did see that last episode animated, but I gotta watch the whole thing to really give you my insight. So Inuyasha, man, if you haven't seen it, why haven't you seen it yet? It's definitely a must see. It's definitely on that bucket list. Go check it out. Let me know what you think about Inuyasha. A lot of people have it up their top favorites. Is it one of your favorites? Or is it, it's a pretty, like me, it's a pretty damn good anime, and I'm super happy I got to watch the whole thing as a whole and really take away a lot of great moments from the series, the soundtrack, and just overall the phenomenon that was Inuyasha. So thank you guys for listening, and I'm Dan Man. Subscribe, like, and shout out to my Anime Amino fans. Love that app, love that site, Anime Amino. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.